Welcome back to the Chick and the Duck podcast with myself, Rye, and my brother, Micah, where we talk about anything and everything regarding pop culture, mostly movies, but today's a lot of pop culture. We have some big, pop culture events that happened. The Super Bowl, the NBA All-Star Weekend, which we'll talk about for probably 5 seconds, but it still happened. Some new AI software. Lots of not lots, but some casting things, some set photos, lots of trailers. We'll talk about this later, but we're changing a little bit about how we talk about what we've been watching, and then we'll catch up because Mike and I have not talked besides texting for like 2 weeks now. It feels like probably something around there. And so you'll get a little insight on just us catching up, which we do sometimes anyway. But yeah, start with your trip, Micah. There's a lot to it, but how was it?
Yeah, it was good. I left for 9 days to go to St. George, so
Yeah, long time.
it was fun. I mean, traveling always sucks. It's such a process to travel. So
Yeah.
woke up really early. Woke up like 3:40, and it was like then I gotta drive like an hour and 15 to the airport,
Mm-hmm.
then wait, then go, then land. I had to wait for the shuttle. Which when I was waiting for the shuttle, um, freaking Spencer Rattler sat down next to me.
Spencer Rattler?
He's like the number one quarterback like 2 years ago in his recruiting class. Plays for South
Where
Carolina now.
did you say hi to him?
No, because he's an absolute d bags, and
Oh,
he was like the least exciting person I could have ever seen at the
that's
airport.
funny.
Because
That's
for
funny.
context, I was in Vegas, so Super Bowl and the
Oh,
Senior Bowl was in Vegas also.
gotcha.
While he was there, but yeah, it was just really random. But yeah,
Interesting.
least exciting, especially because then like what was it, Monday? Probably Monday or Tuesday. I think it was Monday. Then people were posting that Jason Kelsey it was at the baggage claim area. And then people were posting
Oh,
Jason Kelsey at the baggage claim area.
yeah. It's
And I
like,
thought
that would have been cool.
that would have been way cooler. But yeah, so then I waited for the shuttle, then you gotta get on the shuttle, and it's like a 2-hour shuttle there. And
Right.
so it's a whole process. But right when I got there, Jackson picked me up, and then we went to Zion to go make sure it was chill or whatever for the proposal. And
Shout out the boy.
yeah, engaged.
Oh,
But
Jackson.
yeah, because it was like snowy or whatever. They were supposed to get like 2 feet of snow at Zion.
Oh,
So
wow.
went to go check it out, and it was pretty snowy, and it started snowing while we were up there. But it wasn't bad. And then hung out. Then the next day, obviously, we went up and did that.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually partially melted.
Was she surprised?
She was.
What
She had
did
no
she
idea.
think you guys were doing?
Well, we were taking pictures for Jackson's photography.
Oh, for you and Maddie.
Well, just everyone. I was taking pictures of them or whatever, but
Oh, okay.
just kind of a
Little,
couple good things.
little fun photo shoot. Nice.
Yep. But yeah, so it went well. And then we went whatever. They had a like surprise engagement party thing for them afterwards, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday we didn't really do much, and then we just like hung out. We played code names.
I love Codenames, man. Codenames is so fun. Do you play with Jackson or do you play with Maddie or both?
Well, we played with a lot of different people, but
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I feel like I played with Jackson the most. We did a lot of
Yeah.
boys versus girls.
Yeah, that's more of the question I was asking, I guess. Yeah. That's
So,
always so much fun.
but yeah, we will at some point. I don't know what will make the teams. We'll probably make it me and Jackson versus Lauren and Maddie. When
Yeah.
we're whatever playing 2v2.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. Then we went to like Maddie's friends' Tyra's house. Well, not her house, her boyfriend's house. To go hot tubbing. And Jackson came to that because Lauren had a Galentine's thing. But so that was fun.
Yeah.
Just hung out. Sat in the hot tub for like 4 hours. Pretty crazy.
That's a long time, bro.
It was a long time. It was like it got really hot, and then we started like messing around and talking about all the 3 couples moving to Hawaii and joking about like these ridiculous businesses. Stuff. And then it was fine. But
that's funny. That's great.
Pretty good, yeah. And then obviously Super Bowl, which we'll talk about. We had people over at Jackson's apartment.
Yep.
Quite a few people. And watched that, so that was fun. And then, I mean, I don't know what we did after the Super Bowl, to be honest. But then it kind of slowed down. I was basically hanging out with Jackson mostly because Maddie was at school. But yeah, until like the end of the week, and then everyone got a little busy, and Maddie got a little less busy, so I was hanging out more with her, and we did registry stuff.
Nice.
And figured out dessert kind of stuff. And so,
what are you doing for dessert now?
Probably doing donuts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, either like a donut, like the tower thing, cake tower.
Yeah, Ben Ritter did it at his wedding.
Yeah, or
with all the pegs.
Or yeah, right? That's the donut wall. So we're either doing that, the donut wall, or the one that there's like one that you can make. It's like kind of like a square thing, and it tears up, and then the top layer is your cake.
Oh, that's cool.
Like sits on top of it. So.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And so,
very cool.
Pretty sweet. I guess like the only thing I'm to talk about is like we just played a lot of board games.
You're in your board game era, and as a young adult, I love it.
We bought Codenames because we didn't have it there. And then
Codenames is such a W. It's such a fun game.
We bought like 4 games.
What else did you play?
And a case file because Target had buy one get one 50. 4 games. So we bought another case file thing. Then we bought Villainous.
Oh yeah, we have that.
And Telestrations After Dark.
Nice. That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, so Villainous by far my favorite.
Villainous is fun.
I love it.
It's cool.
No one wanted to learn it until like the day I was leaving. Then Lauren finally played. But
it's fun. Like it's cool. It's a cool game
because it's got a lot going on. But once you learn it, man,
it is fun.
It is fun. Yeah. I mean, so much to it. So the strategy is awesome. I love strategic games. So, yeah, super fun. We played a lot of BO2 also, zombies.
Really? That's sick. That's so much fun.
Yeah, one day we played for like, it was probably close to 3 hours. We played one round. We got to like round 40 or something like that. Nice. Unburied.
Oh, so, yeah. So sick.
Freaking crazy.
That game's so good, dude. It's literally the best game ever.
Yeah, we were talking about it too because they announced that they were remastering BO2. Or whatever, like a year ago or something like that.
Yeah.
They might be, he brought this up, they might be remastering it in 2025. Because Black Ops 2 takes place in 2025.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's like Black Ops 2 is supposed to be like kind of futuristic, and we're almost to the year of Black Ops 2.
Gotcha. That's interesting.
So if they remastered it and released it in that year, that'd be crazy cool.
I'd go crazy, dude. I would be.
I can't wait until like when that game gets remastered. I'm taking like PTO, dude.
Bro, I'm gonna have a kid probably by then.
I know.
Be like, Jenna, shut up. Take care of the baby. I'm gonna play Black Ops.
We were literally talking about that with Mom and Dad yesterday.
Really?
They were looking at the crew stuff or whatever from the cow money.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that stuff out, and then she was asking me, it was the same price. Would I rather share an ocean view with you guys or do our own inner room? And then I said inner room. I'm like, there's a good chance he's gonna have a baby. It's like, what year are you planning this?
And also
2025. And I was like, I don't want to share a room with a kid.
Not to mention, the awkwardness of being like, "Hey, you want to leave?" Like,
Yeah.
like let's just be real here. Like, we don't
Yep.
have to get into much detail than that, but we're both married. We'd be both married. We're not. It's not be ideal.
No, it would not. And also, I
So
don't think it really matters too much. I'd just rather have my own room. We're not even in the room that
yeah,
much, but it's just like nice to have your own space.
yeah. Like, what
Used
the
to leave.
heck?
Yeah,
No, no, I agree. That'll be so. That will be so fun. I'm so excited for that.
it'll be
Like,
really
I'm
fun.
excited. I'm excited to go on the cruise. Obviously, I'm going in like 2 months, 3 months with Jenna's family.
Yeah,
But to be able to go with like our family, it'll be,
it'll be a lot of fun.
it'll be a lot of fun to take Maddie and Jenna. I mean, last our Alaska cruise was good, but that was only because we were by that point definitely friends, and so
Yeah,
um otherwise, dude, we were not close on that cruise. It would have been insufferable
probably.
because like it was cool. Like Alaska is obviously beautiful, but like there wasn't a lot to do on the boat besides just hang out.
No, there wasn't.
So, but that'll be awesome.
It'll be good.
So
Excited.
yeah, we'll see if we have a kid then. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, that's my
Yeah.
trip.
Nice. Valentine's Day?
Yeah, Valentine's Day. We went to dinner. Expensive dinner.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get her
Really wanted.
flowers?
I did. I got her flowers.
Nice.
Spent like $100 on flowers actually because I bought for her grandpa too.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so did that, and then yeah, we went to dinner, same place we did last year, Wood Ash Rye.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nice.
it was fire as
Yeah, good
usual.
food. Yeah.
I really wanted to get this sinking steak, but
Expensive.
it's like $55,
Yeah, it's a little pricey.
and I'm going to steakhouse on Thursday for my birthday, so I was like,
Yeah, that's also true. Your birthday is literally 3 days.
is it worth it? Probably. It had like some like blackberry like
Oh,
marinade
that sounds so good.
on it and
That's good.
stuff. It was probably
Uh,
it's so good,
yeah.
but I ultimately it was like a game time decision, dude. I was gonna order it and then I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very nice.
yeah, but we got like buttermilk biscuits, which were fire, and
Mm-hmm.
then a charcuterie board
Nice.
and whipped potatoes, and
Mm.
then we got the same entree that we did last time, which is like a chicken thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like half a chicken and then potatoes. So
Yep.
it was very, very good. And we
That's
got
cool.
2 free desserts
Nice. That's
because
awesome.
because we got drinks. So they ID'd us and then we're like, oh, it's almost your birthday. Oh my gosh, it's almost your birthday too. You
That's
want
so
free dessert?
funny. That's awesome.
And we are like, yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a
You guys
brownie thing, and then we got
literally
cheesecake.
oh, yum. I was gonna say like Red Robin, you guys have the like you get free burger. Like you just
Yeah, we just go and eat for free.
yeah, both of you guys. It's awesome. That's
Yeah,
cool.
but yeah, I don't, and I'm not even like I'm not a huge fan of cheesecake. So we got the brownie as the first choice because we're like it's gonna be super good. Honestly, mid. Like the only thing I've eaten there that was like
Just
really not great.
mid.
And then they
Yeah.
served it with a coconut sorbet, and
Oh,
that
interesting.
thing was nasty. Maddie ate
Coconut
quite a bit of
sorbet.
it, but I don't like coconut.
Yeah.
Like I only like coconut like in things, like coconut
Right.
in like drinks is like fine, but
Mm-hmm.
um, it was so salty though. It was weird.
Oh,
It was a weird
interesting.
experience eating like an ice cream that was salty,
Right. Right. Right.
um,
Right.
but the cheesecake
Was
was
that that's
fire.
nice?
It was
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
so
sick.
one of the best desserts I've probably ever eaten.
Wow, that's high praise, man. You've had good dessert.
It was really stinking good. I was telling mom about it. It's like made in like the little like individual like pie dish kind of deals,
Mm-hmm.
and the breading was like thick, really good breading, and then
Yeah.
the cheesecake was more like a frosting. It
Yeah.
was like, but it was like proportions were just way better than normal cheesecake, where it's like, cheesecake, and then it's like breading barely at the
For
bottom.
sure.
So it was
Definitely.
fire.
That's awesome. That
Yeah.
sounds so good. Um, Very nice. Yeah, Valentine's Day for us was, simple. We did like little gifts. Like Jenna got me a couple little things, and um, got like the old like there'd be like superhero like Valentine's Day cards. They're like foldable, and you give them to your crush with a piece of candy. Well, Jenna got me like 25 of those, and they just had notes on them.
Nice.
I bought her fake flowers, and she loved them. Weird, but got them from the dollar store. I spent $4. It was lovely.
That's awesome.
I got her like a journal, and then I bought her. I bought two paint by number canvases. So sometime we're gonna do those.
Oh, nice.
Where
Yeah.
it's got all the colors, and then you just paint it. Um, but she wanted to go to McMinimans, so we went to McMinimans. It was terrible.
Really?
Um, Not the food. The food's still McMinimans. I still like the food. I got a burger. I got tots. I got, it's good, But we got there at 5 p.m. It wasn't busy at all. We didn't get seated until 5:50. We didn't get our food until like 6:30. And then
Jeez.
we left at 7. I was so heated, dude. I was hungry. Oh, I was not happy.
Yeah,
We
that
had a good time.
sucks.
We had a good time, like just talking and hanging out, but it was just like they were not busy. Like they had one group there was of like 10 to 15, but they were just sitting drinking, but they were so focused on them they weren't doing it. Yeah, it was just weird. And it wasn't on Valentine's Day. It was the day before. We went the day before. I was just annoyed. But I
Spooky.
mean, we just hung out, watched the movie. We watched National Treasure.
Nice.
Because it's her favorite movie. But do you have a favorite rom com? I mean, I know it, but what's your favorite rom com?
Technically speaking, my favorite rom com's La La Land, but
Technically
my
speaking, of
favorite
course.
actual rom com is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, for sure.
Yeah. And honestly, it might be mine. Like at the moment in time, it's probably Crazy Stupid Love. But in terms of like just classic rom com, like early 2000s, like after watching it a second, it's so good. I literally would marry Matthew McConaughey in that movie. He's so amazing.
Yeah, they're
And then I saw
awesome.
a question I saw on Twitter. I think it was, "Who's your favorite non-romantic movie couple or TV show?" Like the piece of media is not about romance. Who's your favorite couple?
Huh.
And I said Jim and Pam, but they're about romance, but the show's not.
Yeah. So favorite non-romance based
Couple. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim and Pam's a good one. Oh, I could go with Gus and Sean too.
That's a great one. They have that's like the best romance. Like I think it's better than Chandler and Joey's bromance, honestly.
Yeah,
Like
or Chandler and Joey's a good one too. But yeah,
but the other one
probably Pam and Jim though is probably the right answer.
On other than another real note, like Shauna and Juliet is actually so good too.
Yeah.
They're great. Jenna said Ben Gates and what's her face? Abigail
God.
Chase.
That's funny.
I was like, it's not even bad too. So
no, it's not.
Or like John Krasinski and Emily Blunt in A Quiet Place. But yeah. So the last couple weeks for me, I was sick. So when we recorded on Tuesday, I was fine. I was tired, but I was fine. Wednesday, I was fine. On Thursday, bro, like I woke up feeling awful, like just horrendous.
Jeez.
Well, here's the deal: 30 students from some of you winter camp had the flu. 30, like Emmy Siebert had a 105-degree fever. She had to go to ER. Like,
wow,
it was like bad. I didn't test myself or anything, so I probably had the flu of some sort. I was aching. I had a headache. I was congested. I was coughing, sore throat. It was terrible. So like, Super Bowl was just, relax, do nothing. I didn't go to church on Sunday. Like, I missed our Lunar New Year party with the Vietnamese, which is so fun and literally just food and food and food.
Yeah.
Missed all that. Was sick the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was just sick.
Yeah.
And so I guess this week I was feeling like better. Like Tuesday, Wednesday, I was like relatively fine, and I finally felt like perfect like yesterday. Even though I still am a little congested, but
Yeah.
so that I just didn't do a whole lot. Like Jen and I hung out on Valentine's Day, but I was just watching movies and watching YouTube and doing a whole lot of nothing. I got all these books that I want to read. Like I got that book about the death of Christian art. Look at this. You know that book Hatchet? I told you about them, but I got them in. So that book Hatchet, written by Gary Paulson, I got the 30th anniversary. This cover's so fire.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so it's just like a 30th anniversary one. But then I got like this tiny book. I didn't know how big these books would be, but this book on the internet, tiny. Okay.
Yep.
This book, normal. I'm really excited to read it. Whatever. City of God by St. Augustine. Like a legendary book. I did not know how big it was. I didn't look at the pages. Bro is thicker than a box of chocolates, dude. Like,
yep.
So big. And I want to read it, but I'm like, this could take me 7 years. But yeah, so did a whole lot of nothing. Didn't do any reading because my brain was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. I didn't watch a whole lot of like substance. I did watch some good stuff, but it's been 2 weeks. I hope I watched something good. Oh, I have to add this because I want to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, trying to think. Conference this last Friday and Saturday. It was fun. It was a lot. I was like very busy. Like all day Friday night, most of the day Saturday. Students had fun. I had a decent time. I'm not gonna complain too much. So that was good. And then I told you this. I was gonna try to wait, but I was like, no, this is. But birthday present from mom. Like one night, I was listening to a podcast, actually, a movie podcast to listen to. They were talking about they just went to MegaCon, which is in Orlando, just a Comic Con. Like, dang, it'd be so good to go to a Comic Con. Like, that sounds so fun. And I was like, the Rose City one is in September always. I can never go because Jen's birthday. Well, then I was like, when's the Seattle one? I know there's Seattle one. So I look it up and it's like in 3 weeks or whatever. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun, And I was like, I can go. I have $75. I can go do it. And then I was looking at the guest and I see Lassie and Juliet from Psych. And I was like, oh shoot, you can meet them. And it's only like $130. And so I text mom at like 2 a.m. because I'm up for some reason. She responds the next morning. I was like, have you bought my birthday presents? She's like, no, I'm waiting till Thursday. It was like Tuesday. I was like, I'm waiting till Thursday to buy them because of how our budget works. Can I get this instead? I was like, I'll call you in the morning. And she's like, yeah. So I called her and she's like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. And you can get an autograph, a photo. Plus, like, it could be up to 4 people. I don't need 4. It's just me and Jenna. But so Jenna took work off. And so we're going to go for the day, get to meet them. I'm super excited.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I was like, I don't like, it's an experience. Like, and like this, like Elijah's getting me a movie. I think you'll get me something. I don't know, but like more material thing that I'm okay with, and getting like my presents this year for Christmas or not Christmas, my birthday are Zach Bryan concert and that. So like, very experience based, which I think is really cool. Yep. So, and it's Lassie and Jules, man. So funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's not Sean and Gus, but like I love Jules and Lassie. I think they're both excellent characters. So
they're really good.
I thought about. I hear people like you meet a celebrity and you say like I loved you in this obscure work, like what the heck? So I thought about because Juliet, Maggie Lawson, she's in Boy Meets World, as like Sean's date in like an early episode, like about before Angela. And I was like, yeah, I loved you. I was thought I could say I loved you in Boy Meets World, which would be just hysterical.
That would be
But
funny.
you run the risk of her being like, huh? Which would be awkward. So yeah, So that was my week, was nothing / cool early birthday present that I get to go to in like 2 weeks. Not even week and a half.
Yeah.
So very hyped. All right. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It happened. We'll talk commercials. Obviously trailers we'll talk about in trailers. But the outcome being the Chiefs 20 or 26 to 22 or something like that. Something like that.
26, 23.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know.
Chiefs won. They went back to back. What'd you think of the game? What'd you think of the outcome? Is Patrick Mahomes the GOAT?
No.
I agree.
Still no.
No. I think he's
I don't
up there.
think he had that impressive of a game, but
he should not have been Super Bowl MVP.
Who do you think should have been Super Bowl MVP?
Harrison Butker.
It was, yeah.
The only offensive touchdown they scored is because of a muffed punt. It was just like a fluke.
Yeah.
Like, I get he threw for yards, but like...
True. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't think anybody on their team deserved Super Bowl MVP.
Christian McCaffrey should have been MVP.
Except for, I don't know that he should have either, because they didn't use him at all in the second half. If they would have won, I mean...
Juwan Jennings, maybe?
Probably Juwan Jennings.
They had good there was good team play, I'm not going to lie, but... It
was a great game, honestly.
It was a great game, yeah.
It was all you could ask for in a Super Bowl, honestly. Overtime.
Yeah, it was...
I mean, competitive. It was a little slow in the beginning, but like...
Defensive game.
Enjoyed it. Maddie,
defensive game.
Maddie's like, this is so boring. I was like, this is great. It's competitive.
Yeah, it means it's good. Like, I would rather that than 35 to 38. You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I mean, I enjoyed watching it. Obviously, it's not who I wanted to win, but
yeah, of course.
So it was, it was annoying, but
it
was a good time.
Yeah.
I thought the reffing was good.
It was fine, yeah. I mean, there's some holding stuff, of course, but...
Correct, but they didn't call a whole lot of anything, really.
No, they didn't.
So, I think it's, like, fine. Yeah, there's a stat or whatever that the Chiefs have, like, no holding calls.
That is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie.
It is crazy, but I wouldn't attribute as much to that game, just because there was one holding call, and it was, like, third play of the game.
It was the one on Trent Williams on that deep ball to Debo or whatever.
Or
George Kittle. Yeah. Kittle, yeah.
It was like 25, 30-yard pass. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
honestly, I thought it was a great Super Bowl. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
The only thing I hated was Kyle Shanahan not knowing how to play the overtime. Like,
none of them knowing how to play the overtime, and also him not using Christian McCaffrey like literally at all in the second half.
Bro gets 8 yards a carry on that team. Like, just didn't run the ball.
It's wild.
And like, why would you not like kick in the overtime with the new rules? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, getting the ball no matter what.
Yeah, it's
that
insane.
Seems like it's like a no-brainer. If you get to choose, you choose to go second.
Because then you stop them, you get freaking Jake Moody and range, you win the Super Bowl.
Correct, and they score, then you gotta score.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But Patrick Mahomes' legacy drive, I guess.
It was a good drive. It was a good drive. It was just his only good drive of the entire game.
His only good drive of the entire game, yeah. Bro, the whole Travis Kelce, like, Viva Las Vegas thing was cringe.
It was so cringe. I actually cringed so hard.
It was so bad. And every Swiftie being like, Taylor just got the ick was the funniest thing in the world. Because it probably is a little, like, he looked weird. It was weird. It was strange. Like, no one cared, But
yeah. It was also funny seeing all the Swifties be like red flag because he
so funny.
pushed Andy Reid.
What did you think of that?
I don't know. It was like cringe. I was like embarrassed for the dude because it was like, what the heck? And then the
I
way
think it's
they handled it after was even more cringy.
yeah.
I told him I love him. What?
Like I think it's definitely disrespectful. Someone made the point like if you don't think players do that to their coaches, like you're crazy. And I'm like, yeah, maybe,
Yeah,
but
you
like
do,
that's
but you also get benched. Like,
yeah.
I
That's
don't know.
really
I think Bill Belichick. I don't think
yeah.
Travis Kelce would have played the rest of the game, no matter if it was a Super Bowl or not. He would not have cared.
Nah, I think it's really just like, whatever. I get to hear them. It's really disrespectful. Like really
Exactly.
disrespectful.
You just can't really do that because they're like, when you get to the NFL, they're like, it's like all grown adults. It's not
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
coach is the adult, you're the, kid or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, all, so if you like are chat, like you got to have like the hierarchy of respect and like things has to be in
Yeah.
place.
You
Otherwise,
can
it
be
just
mad. I don't
ruins
care about
everything.
that. Yeah. So yeah, Travis Kelsey's annoying. Jason
But
Kelsey's the best.
facts. But no. I don't know if what Andy Reid said about it was true or whatever. Him saying, I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure the quote wasn't true, but I don't know if the context was true about him being out for that play or whatever.
yeah.
The fumble.
Yeah. Which wouldn't have changed no matter if he was in or not,
Well, yeah,
by the
one,
way.
the fumble wouldn't have changed. And two, I mean, he's a glorified, eh, he's a tall, he's a big wide receiver. He's not
He's not
tight
a
end.
tight end.
He isn't a tight end, which is why I hold the opinion that he's not the best tight end. I mean, Gronk is still the best tight end.
He's not because he's not the best wide receiver either.
Correct.
He's
He's
like
just
a
he's
above
just
average receiver that's big.
yeah, but he just plays tight end, so then he's like really good stats or whatever. But he can't block. You have to be able to block. He cannot block.
George Kittle
And
is
I
like far.
I think George Kittle currently is better than him.
I think TJ
At tight
Hawkins is
end.
better than him.
George Kittle had a terrible game, but
Yeah. Unfortunate.
very unfortunate. But
Yeah.
I still hold. I think he's much better.
Kittle, Laporta. There's lots of guys that know how to play both. Like you can't put him in the same conversation as Tony G or
No, honestly,
Sharp.
if he hadn't gotten injured, Mark Andrews is probably the best tight end.
Yeah, that too. He's great.
But then I'm the, like I think I'm going. I think I'm going down just thinking Kittle, and I think I'm going to T.J. Hawkinson, honestly, before I even take Travis Kelce.
In terms of efficiency on both sides of the tight end spectrum.
Correct.
Obviously,
Then once you get past those three, I'm probably taking him just because he can score and catches a lot of passes. So it's like he is useful. The problem is he's just not really a tight end.
Also, the issue is, I don't know, might be a stupid take, but I don't think if Travis Kelce is on a team that has like a star receiver, obviously they had Tyreek and he was still good, but not for very long because he left. But you have a star receiver, plus if you have like a good number two, I don't think he's got the career he has.
Probably not, no.
Because like if he's on the Vikings, they go to TJ Hawkinson a lot.
I think it depends.
Like it probably does depend.
I would say if you put him on a team with a good receiver or a couple good receivers,
I guess it depends on your team scheme.
5 to 7 years ago,
yeah,
he's a nobody. If you put him on a team now, he'd probably thrive because it's gonna free him up, and people are gonna have the confidence to throw to him.
It's true. It just depends on
good receivers. People would. I mean, he'd be there to block mostly, and he can't do that. So it's like, I don't
it
think
depends on your team scheme. Also, like, do you throw to your tight end? And I guess like the Vikings throw to their tight ends, the Ravens throw to their tight end. Yeah, so and obviously Kansas City does, but in San Fran's stacked. I can't believe they lost. But the most uninteresting team to ever win a Super Bowl, though, I will not lie, like just all around, like just they won. Obviously, they're good, clearly, but just so uninteresting.
Crazy.
But whatever. Yeah, congrats to the Chiefs. If they win again, I'm literally gonna cry. I don't think they will, but we'll see. Who knows? I said that this year. I didn't think they should have made the playoffs, but
They should questionable for the playoffs and then won the Super Bowl.
They won the Super Bowl. It's all questionable. Ice Spice doing devil signals. You see that?
That was crazy.
I don't even know what she was doing, but it was weird regardless.
She did like this or something like that.
She was like this, and she's like, dude, I don't. It was weird. Hopefully, if you are listening and you bet the over on Taylor Swift appearances, you would have cashed.
Betting the over on Taylor Swift appearances had to be the most free money.
It was 9.5 was the line, and they showed her like 14 times.
Yeah.
Which is also like so funny because people are like, she was only on the screen for 55 seconds. I was like, you showed her 15 times. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
You didn't show the coach 15 times, but whatever. It's fine. Commercials, any standouts that you liked besides trailers?
Honestly, no. I mean, I can't.
The Clydesdale one was good.
Yeah, the Clydesdale one was good. But like, yeah.
I'd
have to be reminded. That's the thing. There's no standouts. I literally don't remember any of them except for the Michelob one because we were all talking about which beer commercial was going to be first. That's a bet. So,
bro, Timu's got 4 commercials, bro.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
So weird, dude. But he gets us one's controversial, apparently.
Yeah, I saw that.
But like Christian controversial, not Christian verse. Like Christians are like pissed.
I know. Yeah.
Which I've had so many conversations about it.
Yeah.
They're just showing an aspect of the gospel, man. It's not that deep. I get it. It's not the best thing in the world, but like, shut up. They're trying their best. So yeah, commercials are just mid these days.
They are, and the problem is that the best ones get shown before.
Yeah, the Paramount one.
Commercials before the Super Bowl, please.
Yeah.
But
so,
and I don't know. It's honestly sad too because it got to the point where commercials have been so lackluster the past however many years. And honestly, I feel like I didn't watch most commercial breaks.
Yeah, I get that.
Like
go to the bathroom, go get food.
Yeah, I got up to get food and go to the bathroom and like was literally just even when I was sitting down, I was just talking to people rather than watching commercials. And it was like I was like everyone too that I was with.
Yeah,
which was just not the norm before. So that sucks.
I get that.
What did you think of Usher?
Usher was good.
I thought he was great, honestly. In terms of halftime shows, I thought he was great. Other than the audio at the beginning,
yeah, it started rough. It started rough.
Well, it was like his mic was not feeding into the broadcast.
Yeah,
we were like hearing him playing in the stadium, like it was getting picked up in the stadium and then playing on TV. It was bad.
Yeah. But once he got on the stage and once Alicia Keys hit, it was like fire. Like it was great.
He was great, but she should have been that. Dude, she killed it.
She killed it, dude.
Really singing good.
Bro, when Luda came out, bro, that was fire. Like Lil Jon, Will.i.am was out there.
Yeah. I thought the guest appearances were great. Hers was terrible. I don't understand why she was there, and also she got praised. She didn't play the guitar. She wasn't playing it.
Apparently she did. There's like people I've heard mixed things. Like some people be like she's definitely playing the guitar, and some people be like she's not.
The guitar for like a solid like 8 seconds at one point.
Yeah, there's people saying that she recorded it like she can actually play the guitar, and then she was playing it / not.
But she wasn't playing the guitar.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
Oh, it was really cringy to watch. Personally, I was like cringing. I was like, oh, this is like awkward.
Yeah, so that was weird, but like. Everyone else was great. It was fun.
I agree.
I just know if I'm Swiss Beats married to Alicia Keys, I'm throwing hands with Usher, bro.
I was all over that, dude.
That was crazy. I was like, what the heck?
Dude was just sticking his junk everywhere.
He was feeling her up, too. That was crazy. You got to perform, but like, dog.
And then he proposed. Did you know that?
He proposed?
To his girlfriend. Usher's now engaged.
Where?
He did it after the Super Bowl.
Do it on the stage, brother.
Super weird, but
that is
random. I'd be throwing hands if I was her too.
Yeah, that's crazy. I get you got to perform, and it's like the actor thing, I guess. But like he was a little too much.
As like the actor thing, and then it like went to like he was just like feeling her up.
He was like just the whole thing like behind her. That was crazy. But performance was, people saying it was bad is just.
I get people's issue with like there was times where he'd like not sing for like quite a while and dance a lot, but I don't know. I didn't really have a problem with it. I honestly, and
I
compared
thought he
to
was great.
like, The Weeknd, Rihanna, and like,
Yeah.
it was just so much better.
Yeah. It was like as good as the Dr. Dre, Snoop
Agreed.
Dogg. Like that was the last good one.
Yes, I would put it on that level. Yeah.
Oh, so this has to do with kind of the Super Bowl, the Ryan Trahan video.
Yeah.
Obviously you were joking about the Chiefs jersey. But like just the open profession of like why he made the video and about his dad, he put Bible verses. I was like, this is cool. Like this is really cool. Like, he's so popular.
He's getting into like towing the line of like proclamation YouTuber. It's pretty interesting.
His video on the Apple Vision Pro obviously wasn't inherently Christian, but it was so countercultural. It was like, this is a dream. This isn't reality. This is not as cool. Like,
yeah, he's like, I just feel like I watched. That was he had bro dropped a bar in that video. He's like talking. He's like, I feel like I just watched. I watched my memories be made, but I didn't experience them.
yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy, dude.
His craving the whole time to see something that was real was like awesome. And it's his storytelling he's far and away has the best storytelling in videos because they're so quirky and fun. It's like, oh, it's Ryan Trahan making another like 50-hour video, but it's like he's putting some work into those.
Yeah, bro's the best. Bro's the best YouTuber.
They're good. Like I'm moved by some like these videos.
I love those videos. I love like, and I know you watch like Cole Kerwin.
Yeah.
Great. Also, storytelling is awesome. And then obviously his girl, Life of Rita.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
And you should watch, if you don't, you should watch Wholesome Simon.
I've never
heard really good too.
Also, the part of with Haley in Ryan's video was so funny.
He was hilarious.
Like so funny, dude. Like I was dying.
The kiss, dude, that was hilarious. When they went into kiss and they just boom.
And her video was good too about reading because she was like, she's like, it's not the same as the physical thing. I was like, bless, this is so good.
I know. Well, and the thing with her video, Spock thing, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, he's like trying to see her eyes. I was like, cool. Yeah, interesting.
I'm not a fan of Apple Vision Pros, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I think it has applications, but I think it's too expensive for how little it should be used.
And I think if you use it as more than just like, this is for fun. If you like live in them, I think you're weird. But
correct.
It's just But All-Star Weekend, well, there's only one thing worth talking about. So it was sucked. Dunk contest sucked. 3-point contest, who cares? That they scored, it was 186 to 211. The game. Who cares? Brighton and I got into it a little bit. We were texting back and forth, and he's like, "This is impressive." I was like, "It's not impressive."
Oh my gosh, this is impressive.
I wasn't the nicest to him, so I like apologized to him. But I was still like, I just still don't think it's impressive. But
it's not at all impressive
because I watched the highlights and I was like, this is embarrassing. Like this is so bad.
It's cringy, and
it's like such a waste of a weekend.
Yeah, and people's point of view, like if you guys aren't going to care, we're not going to care. I think that's facts. Nobody's cared for a while, and nobody's going to care until they decide to care. And then I thought it was so hilarious. Oh my gosh, LeBron is so annoying.
The clip of him, like
pathological liar though. When they brought the Curry trade or whatever, because he said, who would you want to play with? Out of anybody in the NBA, he's like, Steph. I want to team up with Steph. And then that news broke that the Warriors tried to trade for him. Both the Lakers and LeBron declined. And he was like, oh no, I found out about it just like you guys did. They didn't even tell me. I'm like,
he's a liar.
Everyone calls you lay GM because you make all the stinking decisions. You're telling me they didn't tell you. You're basically in management on the team that you play with.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
don't even liar. And then after the game, oh yeah, we definitely, we need to do something to fix it. We need to fix the All-Star game. Bro, you didn't play the second half.
Did he really not play? That's
You
so
didn't play the
funny.
entire second half. Like, dude,
That's
you're the
like
problem.
yeah. The best part of the All-Star weekend was Sabrina versus Steph, without a doubt. Steph did win. But that girl can shoot the dang ball, man. She's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw something being like next year it should be Caitlin Clark and Sabrina versus Steph and Dame, and I was like, yeah, that'd be fire, like a little tag team action.
That would be fire.
Yeah. Also, Caitlin Clark's freaking dog. Like she's so fun to watch, bro.
Yeah, she's crazy, dude.
But yeah, March Madness coming up too. But
yeah, excited for that.
OpenAI. So they created ChatGPT. They just created new video software called Sora.
Yeah.
What do you think? I have an interesting opinion, I think, but
no, I don't have any interesting opinions. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, to me, it still feels lifeless. Like it's like looks realistic, but also I can tell it's AI, in my opinion.
And if you look, it is very impressive, though. I saw sample videos of certain things, and
they're
a
wild.
lot of the
for
animal
sure.
ones, you like. There's ones that are like close-ups of animals, and you really can't tell some of them.
No, for sure. Like the puppy one, in the snow, was pretty impressive.
Very impressive. Then there's ones like of animals. I mean, there's one of like a dog in a window that was like then started walking, and it like has the hesitation of like stepping on the edge and everything like that. Bonkers. That's crazy. But then to your point, like when you actually look at it, it like couldn't actually step out of the window and walk because it was like the window shutter there, so it like walks through it without like whatever. So there's like still kinks, and yeah, you can like definitely tell. But
I think even if they perfected it and they created a full length movie, I think there's something in us that can tell that there's no human touch. Where it's like it might be cool, it might look cool, it might be good, but there's something missing. And of course there's people like this is the coolest thing. They're never like filmmakers should be in trouble. Like that's just not true.
I disagree. I think even if it gets to the point where it's more feasible to make a movie using AI than normally, it would still be people using the AI to make the movies. It's still you couldn't have some random consultant worker make a movie using AI as better than
still have to
a
plug
director using AI to make the movie. Like it's still going to be people that are better at it. So yeah,
of course. Disagree. He's purring really loud.
That's funny.
Happy camper, apparently. So I don't know if we want to talk about this, but every time we're gonna talk about Madden Web because I watched it and I have things to say. But conservatives are making YouTube videos about it. People that I like Brett Cooper, she made a video about it. But they call every Marvel movie that has a woman lead that isn't getting the best reception the MCU. And I don't disagree with the MCU opinions of they have been doing this, but movies can just be bad. I don't care if a woman is a lead. Like, why do we care if a woman is a lead? That should not be a political thing. Women can be leads of movies. You just sound stupid.
Correct. I'd say it's more an issue for the people that watch her that believe it than it is because I do think to an extent it's click conversion, and I mean they're gonna call everything the MCU because people hear and they can put it in titles and it's gonna SEO and then people are gonna see it and they're gonna convert clicks and it's just how that works.
Just annoying though.
It is annoying, but it's really the genuine problem though is the people that will watch and listen and actually genuinely think that.
Madam Web, we'll talk about later. It's not bad because it's a female lead. The Marvels, I enjoyed the Marvels. They had a female lead. It bombed. I don't know. There's multiple reasons why it bombed. It's not just because it's not overly political, female empowerment. It's not that. It's just 3 women.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's exhausting as someone who's one side of the aisle. It's like, why can't you just think a movie's either bad or good just based on how good the movie is? It doesn't. I don't care. Like the She-Hulk thing, I kind of get. They kind of made it too political. Here we go. But there's so many movies that have a woman lead that are just incredible. It just makes it just. I was just. I saw it. I watched the video like late at night, and so I inserted it because I was mad. But yeah, we don't. Yeah. But okay, official casting for Fantastic Four. We've been talking about this 75 times, but here's the official casting. Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, which we kind of knew, but it's official. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Joseph Quinn being Eddie from Stranger Things. And Eben Moss Bachrach, I think, as The Thing. You would know him from The Bear as Cousin or Richie. What do you think of the casting?
I like it.
I'm not fully on board with Pedro Pascal, but he's a great actor, so he can. I think I'm going to give him.
I'm more on board with him because he's a great actor.
Yeah,
and I've seen him take on similar roles.
That's true.
Of I mean, he took on Joel in Stranger Things. That's that's what I meant.
Yeah,
like it's big deal. It's got shoes to fill, and he killed it. He absolutely killed it.
As you've seen him in more stuff, I think, in bigger projects. Reed Richards is supposed to be kind of cocky, kind of like a little awkward, but not really, but also just kind of a jerk, but also super smart. Do you think he could do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You've seen more of him. You've watched.
I think he definitely can.
Yeah. So, and then what do you think about? I mean, Vanessa Kirby, I don't have thoughts on. I think she looks the part really well, and what do you think about Eddie being Johnny Storm?
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
I think it's good too. And then Eben Moss is sick.
Yeah, that stoked me out.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Obviously, he's gonna be a big rock, but like, I think he's a good enough actor.
I do. I think he's gonna kill it. The only interesting thing is that people saying that Punisher's MCU canon, he's in Punisher. So people are confused on how like that would make them the same person.
Yeah, that would be interesting and weird because they're not the same person.
Like, and he's not like a big. I don't think he's a big character.
No, he's pretty
Punisher.
small. I think.
Can't remember what character he was, but yeah.
No, yeah. I'm excited that it comes out the same month as Superman Legacy. Exciting, man. Super fun. We got our first set photo of the live action Lilo and Stitch movie. Did you see the photos? Did you look it up?
Yep.
Everybody would be like, no, that's not a set photo. That's the real. He's real.
He's real.
He's real.
What do you mean set photo? That is Stitch.
That's Stitch, bro. He's alive. It looked better than I thought it would look, if I'm being completely honest.
Well, he's an animatronic, so
yeah,
it'll be an animatronic, and then they'll CGI it, which will look good. It'll look a lot better.
Yeah, than what I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah, would not have looked great, but
so the movie. I mean, I guess I'll give it a chance, but like, Denis, he says that his upcoming sci-fi film, Rendezvous with Rama, is Arrival on steroids.
Yeah,
literal.
Hopefully.
Literal peak. I'm so excited. And then, have you seen the Dune 2 reactions?
I haven't. Kind of stayed away from all Dune 2 stuff.
I muted the word Dune on Twitter, actually. So I haven't seen much, but I just hear people saying it's incredible is what I hear. So
yeah, the only stuff related to Dune 2 I've seen is that I saw an Instagram ad from Cineplex, official Cineplex account, of them doing the uses for the Dune 2 popcorn bucket. And it goes through a ton of different things, and it goes to like number 5, and it's blurred out, and it says redacted.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yep.
That's so funny. Wow. Is it Cineplex that made it? That made the popcorn bucket?
I don't know.
Well, playing into it's that's
That's
great marketing.
perfect.
That's great
People
marketing.
in the comments were like, Cineplex, CEO, how do we boost recognition of our theater and sell popcorn buckets? Social media intern. I know it's going to sound crazy, but hear me out.
That's so funny. I'm trying to look. I'll have to try to find it. It's probably an ad. It's probably gonna be hard to find. Interesting. I didn't find it, but
I mean, it's an Instagram ad. Should be able to find it on my phone. I think they track what ads you've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
Cineplex movies.
I couldn't find it.
Oh wait. Oh no. Was it a video?
Yeah, but it's like an ad. So it's like sponsored. So it won't be on their feed or anything.
Oh, I found it. Maybe an extra large water bottle. A handy dustbuster.
Yeah.
A mop bucket.
And
a flower vase. That's great. I love it. That's so funny. Oh man. All right. Trailers. We got a lot. Some are better than others. Godzilla and Kong trailer 2. You were out the first time. Are you still out?
I mean, nah, I'm out. I'm out in the fact that it's not going to be a good movie. But
are you in with the fact that the giant would whip in the building and he punches it? That's fire.
It'll be fun to watch. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm definitely not going to pay to see it.
Gotcha. I see. Yeah, for sure. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes trailer 2.
It looks fantastic.
It looks good, man. I think it looks really good. What a wonderful day, or whatever he says. It's just stuck in my head the whole Super Bowl, man. So good. Wicked Part 1.
Man, it's not really for me.
It looked so lifeless with such beautiful visuals. Is that weird?
Yeah, I agree with that.
We'll go to Knox Goes Away. It looks interesting. Michael Keaton.
This was one of the more interesting ones to me. If it's done well, the concept will make a really good movie. And it could end up being like a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Fighting dementia and memory loss while trying to hide a crime.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Sasquatch Sunset. Weird, bro.
Unicorn of a movie, they say.
Yeah, so weird.
You get behind that one for sure.
I
mean, they opened up with the Sasquatches having intercourse, so
yeah,
I can't say I'm gonna enjoy this movie.
So weird, dude.
Instead of making like a cool, unique movie, I think they definitely went for like the weird route.
They went weird.
They went kink for sure.
Yeah, so strange. Twisters. Yeah. What do you think? I haven't seen the first Twister. Have you?
No, it didn't do it for me. To be honest.
Really?
No.
Oh, I think it looks sick, dude.
I think it looks so uninteresting.
Really? I think it looks so much fun.
Yeah, I think it looks like I'm gonna fall asleep at 3 p.m.
Dude, Glenn Powell is a movie star, man. He might be the only modern day movie star that besides like Tom Cruise. He's getting to that level, in my opinion. He's doing all these different types of movies. Like, he's a star.
Yeah, he's doing a lot.
I don't know. I think it looks cool. I haven't seen the first Twister, so I probably shouldn't be as excited as I am because I have no idea how good the first Twister is. But maybe. X-Men 97. What do you think of that?
Ad film. Have you seen?
Huh?
Ad film. Great.
Have you seen the show? Right, you've watched the show.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good.
I think the style looks good. Just add film grain, please. Make it look more vintage.
The part where Wolverine and Gambit are together is literally like so fire.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, oh my! Someone said like someone with Marvel execs were watching me play with my action figures because this is what I did.
Exactly.
That's just, it's great. And then lastly, the biggest one, Deadpool 3, which is officially titled Deadpool and Wolverine. What did you think of the trailer? What do you think of the movie? Like, what are the thoughts?
I think it's gonna be awesome.
I think it's gonna be awesome too. It looks
I think it's gonna be one
like,
of the best MCU movies.
because we didn't even see everything with Wolverine. We just saw like at the end.
Deadpool is
Obviously,
just honestly, Deadpool's probably the best character in the MCU.
he's up. I mean, Loki still is up there for me.
Deadpool's just done the best though. He's just spot on. He has the best. He has the best writing.
Yeah, Deadpool 1 is amazing. Deadpool 2 is good. I don't think it's as
Deadpool
good.
2 is not a great movie, but his character is still spot on.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah. The action looks superb.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it's so
Crazy.
sick.
Crazy.
The fact that they're recruiting him as like a TVA agent, I think is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that like the tree, like in the background, you can see that there's the tree symbol on the wall or whatever. So it's like after Loki.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's clearly there's gonna be a crap ton of characters in this movie.
Yeah, and the references are gonna be hilarious.
But like the joke that I'm not gonna say that it's new for Disney, hilarious, so funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then like other countries, it was like the rated R rating is not new to me, but it is for Disney. Still funny. Like even the appropriate version is still funny.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean, he's clearly gonna have to. I think he's clearly gonna be trying to save the people that he loves from being pruned. I think. Right? There's got to be the sense of it.
Something like that.
Patch, bro.
Yeah.
Fire, like what? It just looks so. It looks so good.
Looks really, really good.
I was nervous. I was nervous because you never know. Like the Switch, looks like it'll be the same level of gore. They had a very inappropriate joke in the trailer. I think the rated R rating will. So, yeah, exciting, man. I love it. But should we start the bracket that I was going to do with Elijah?
Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, share. Okay. So this is a animated movies bracket of Elijah's favorite movies. We were going to do this with Elijah, myself, but Elijah was sick. Big shocker. And so we're just going to go through. There's, too many movies. And so there's some movies that went first. So see how it goes. Pinocchio versus the 2018 Grinch.
Pinocchio.
I agree. How do I do this? Pinocchio moves on. Rio versus the Croods.
Rio, I think.
I think they're both like Elijah has both of these at like 5 stars.
I think Rio's substance.
Yeah, Wally versus Klaus. Tough matchup.
Hate to see it. Klaus.
Yeah, it has to be Klaus. Agreed.
Probably Bolt.
You think so?
I
like Bolt. I think this, if Aquafina wasn't in it, I'd go Ride the Last Dragon. But yeah, Bolt works. Toy Story 3 and another tough, but it has to be Toy Story, right?
I think it's gotta be. That sucks though.
I love Encanto, but like
Encanto's great.
Toy Story 3 is like one of the best Pixar movies. Emoji Movie versus How to Train Your Dragon. Obviously, the Emoji Movie. How to Train Your Dragon. The Bad Guys versus Minions.
Definitely the Bad Guys. Bad Guys.
I like the bad. Are you a Minion hater? Like Despicable Me hater?
I'm kind of a Despicable Me hater now.
I am too. They kind of
terrible.
They're so bad.
I
I
think they're
love Steve
very
Carell.
unfunny and not interesting. I think maybe the first Despicable Me is
It's definitely
is
the best.
good. It's pretty good.
Serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scoob versus Sing 2.
I don't remember Sing 2.
I don't either, but I don't remember liking Scoob. But
Yeah, I know. I just can't imagine that Sing 2 was worse than Scoob.
Yeah, it's probably Sing 2. Elemental and Coco. That's easy.
Coco.
Amazing movie.
Coco.
The Lorax and Luca.
Uh,
Lorax got better moments, but Luca's probably a better movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine.
That.
I'm fine with putting through the Lorax, honestly, if we want to.
I think it's just such a meme and so fun that like you gotta put it through. It won't
I
beat
love
the next
Luca
movie,
though.
but Luca's great. Cars 3 and Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Cars 3 sucks.
Cars 3 does suck.
Super Mario Bros. Movie and Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Inside Out's obviously peak.
Super Mario
Across
Bros. Might be like pinnacle of like animated IP movie.
Yeah, literally.
It was well done. It was like exactly what it needed to be.
I randomized these, and this is a terrible randomization. Across the Spider-Verse and Moana.
Yeah, that sucks.
I mean, I say Across Spider-Verse, but
yeah.
Okay, I was just making. I know we're lower on it comparatively to where we were when it first came out, but I still think it's incredible. Cars and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yeah, that's probably Puss in Boots.
Unfortunately, yeah, I love.
I don't think Cars wins the bracket. Or I like Cars, but I don't think it comes close to winning the bracket. But definitely not a first round outing normally.
No. Spider-Verse 1 and Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Yeah, obviously Spider-Verse. I love Dawn of Dinosaurs.
It's great. It's so much fun.
I think it's fun.
Cars 2 and The Incredibles.
Incredibles?
Yeah. I saw the clip it's going around Twitter right now of like when there's like the missiles are coming at the plane. Mm-hmm. It's like abort. There's kids on. Oh, it's so good. I need to rewatch it. Oh,
it's really stinking good.
It's Phineas and Ferb Across Second Dimension and Kung Fu Panda 2.
Any Kung Fu Panda.
I do love the Phineas and Ferb movie though.
So do I, but unfortunately Kung Fu Panda is just crazy.
And then Kung Fu Panda over Frozen.
I agree. I love Frozen too. That's
Frozen. Okay. It's like a hot take to like Frozen these days. I think Frozen's great.
I think Frozen 2 is not very good. I think Frozen 1 is honestly fantastic.
It is it just got played so much by kids that obviously it's a little, but like you watch it after not watching it for 2 years, it's like, man, this is good.
It's a good movie and the soundtrack's great.
Onward versus Pinocchio.
Onward for me.
Onward's fire, dude. I get Pinocchio's is classic, and it's one of the best classics, but Rio and Klaus. Klaus is obviously the Sea Beast and Bolt.
Sea Beast for me.
Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword. Elisha loves this movie, apparently. And Toy Story 3.
Hey, Cyber Chase would have won.
Cyber Chase, but he doesn't have that logged on. Good old.
I don't know if he's seen Cyber Chase.
I don't think so. It's so good, dude.
Crazy.
Toy Story 3, obviously. Despicable Me and How to Train Your Dragon.
How to Train Your Dragon by 1,000.
A million. Up or the bad guys?
The bad guys.
Agreed. It's better than Up.
Lauren turned on Up like 3 or 4 days ago.
Uh-huh.
Unbearable past 15 minutes.
It's just not good, man. It's just
not good at all. It's like, I mean, it's just so boring.
It is, and it's uninteresting. Yeah. Kevin sucks. The dog sucks. Like,
yeah, Russell and yeah, I mean, really just Russell.
Russell. Yeah. Toy Story was better than Sing 2.
Yeah.
By a lot. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and Coco.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is also a very good movie, though.
I like it a lot. Big Hero 6 and The Lorax.
Big Hero 6.
Yeah. Yeah, fire movie. Inside Out and the Ice Age.
Tough to see a classic go, but
It's got to be Inside Out. Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I also like Winnie the Pooh, but Alvin and the Chipmunks and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, but Chipwrecked would have won.
You love Chipwreck, man. You're a Chipwreck truther. Zootopia and Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, obviously Into the Spider-Verse. Zootopia is another good one.
It's
Judy
great.
Hobbs is probably one of the worst characters ever, but honestly, if
Nick
they would have
Wilde.
made a better lead, that movie could have been fantastic.
I still like him a lot, but Nick Wilde, that's because of Nick Wilde, man.
Yeah.
And the sloths.
The sloth.
So funny. That scene in the Disney short with the sloth and Donald Duck is literally one of the best moments in Disney. I love that.
Yeah.
Ruby Gilman, have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. And The Incredibles?
Yep.
Obviously. The Lion King and Kung Fu Panda 2.
That's like hard for me. I love Kung Fu Panda so much.
I say The Lion King.
Kung Fu Panda 2 got the freaking peacock villain, dude. That movie's so fire.
It's great. It's fire.
Lion King.
Okay. Mitchell's versus the Machines and Kung Fu Panda. Mitchell vs. Machine's great, but
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, I love Kung Fu Panda. All right, getting down to nitty gritty. Onward versus Klaus.
Klaus.
Yeah, sad to see Onward go. Sea Beast and Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I think Toy Story 1 is easy choice. This one for me is harder though. I think the Sea Beast is awesome.
I think Sea Beast is awesome too. I'll go with it. I think Toy Story 3 is better, but I'll go Sea Beast just because we have Toy Story.
All right, valid.
How to Train Your Dragon and The Bad Guys.
Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon.
It's a good run for the bad guys. Good run.
It was. It was a deserved run.
Toy Story and Coco. I think they're neck and neck in my Pixar ranking, so I'd go either way.
Yeah, which I never thought I'd say, but I mean, Coco is probably a better movie, and Toy Story is way more nostalgic.
Toy Story is probably more important too, considering it's the first Pixar movie.
I think I'm gonna go with Toy Story, but honestly, I think I'm.
Give the edge to Pixar. To Coco.
Like 7 times out of 10, I'd probably put Coco above Toy Story.
Yeah, just one of the 3 apparently. Big Hero 6 and Inside Out. We could disagree on this.
I think Big Hero 6 caters more to what I enjoy, and I think Inside Out is a better movie.
Inside Out's like my 3rd favorite Pixar movie. So,
yeah.
I mean, you're fine with that?
Yeah, I am.
I do love Big Hero 6. Like,
my problem with Big Hero 6 is it has lulls.
Yeah. Inside Out's just great. Yeah. Across the Spider-Verse and Puss in Boots.
Across the Spider-Verse.
It's cross. It's like annoying, but it's fine. Incredibles versus Into.
What's a better superhero movie? It's probably Into the Spider-Verse.
Unfortunately, The Incredibles is so good.
It's so good.
And I love Into the Spider-Verse. I think Across is better, but Lion King. Do you want Kung Fu Panda over the Lion King? I'll give it to you if you want.
No, I think the Lion King's a better. I think the Kung Fu Panda is a better franchise. Not in the fact that Lion King as a whole franchise. I'm saying Kung Fu Panda is like an entire story. Like it is like Kung Fu Panda 1 through 4 will be. They're gonna all be amazing movies. And that's
three's a little low, but
it's still great though.
Still good.
As a collective though, it makes it better and like compounds.
And Lion King 1.5 and Lion King 2 suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lion King. All right, Klaus and the Sea Beast.
Yeah, Klaus.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon and Toy Story.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Inside Out and Across. Across, yeah. Into and the Lion King.
It's probably Into. That's so annoying.
I think it's probably The Lion King, but it's fine. Into's fine. Klaus and How to Train Your Dragon.
Is How to Train Your Dragon.
And then Into and Across.
Obviously, Across is better.
Yeah, better. And then How to Train Your Dragon and Across.
It's probably Across.
Yeah. It's so annoying because it is so good, but it's like always the best.
I just wish so bad that How to Train Your Dragon was better than it, but it's like I just don't know. I think there's an argument that it's better, but
yeah, for sure.
That's personal preference. I don't know.
It is. I mean, Across it. I mean,
I like mythical fantasy is more interesting to me than
superhero.
Superhero.
It's just so, like it's like a generational movie, unfortunately. Like it's just gonna it changes movies like forever. Just how
unfortunately,
how good it
is.
Yes. You say unfortunately, like it isn't just like so much fun to watch.
Yeah, like it wasn't just 2-hour enjoyment fest.
I literally we watched it this last 2 weeks, but I was not going to be something I talk about because we've talked about it ad nauseum. But yeah, so those are Elijah's favorite movies. Decided how good they are by us. One of these times we'll have to have Elijah do this. What do you think he would put? I think Across would probably win for him.
I think so.
But he would have a lot of things different. Like
big on Encanto, I think.
He loves Encanto. He'd probably say something stupid like the Emoji Movie is better than How to Train Your Dragon. You know,
probably. I don't think he's very big on How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, so it would be interesting for sure. But yeah, what we've been watching, we're changing it up. To limit, like I've watched in the last 2 weeks, I've probably watched 15 plus things just because I was sick and but I don't need to go through all of them because some of them are rewatches, some of them are 2024 like snooze fests. Like the goal here is to talk about things that are worth talking about, or we have interesting things to say, or we're just incredible. So like I will talk about Madam Web because I think it's Madam Web. It's the biggest release this week that I saw. Correct. Big Lebowski, I have a hot take about, not hot for this podcast, but a hot take about. So we'll be talking about things that are like, this is worth mentioning that we watched.
Yeah, you have something to say about it.
Yeah. Keeping it to 5 to 7 kind of range. Yeah. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 7. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6. So
6, 7. I have 5. They're
yeah.
They're connected, so it's one collect. I just have one thing to say about them, and I watch them back to back, and so
yeah, for sure. So, trying to hone it in, and it's a good opportunity if you want to know what we watch. Micah doesn't use as much as me, but our Letterboxd we use. Micah's been using it more, but I log everything I watch, and you can read what I write.
Yeah, I think that's if you want to look at what Ryan's been watching, anything he's watched at all, you can check his Letterboxd, and then I will be logging anything new I watch. So
basically, yep. So, and then we'll talk about the good stuff here, and then we'll keep doing the movie of the week. At this point, this week is TV show of the week because I rewatched and he watched The Bear. Yeah. But you want to start off with your movies?
Yeah. I know that you've had this opinion. And I've kind of had this opinion for a little bit. But I watched Talladega Nights and Step Brothers. And Will Ferrell is hilarious. I think that you might still have the opinion that you think he's not really that funny.
Not really. Yeah, I don't think he's the funniest. This dude calls me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, he's hilarious. He is hilarious, and he's a comedy icon. Anchorman's hilarious. These 2 movies are hilarious. I mean, even more snoozers Get Hard. He's still funny. It's still hilarious. I'm thinking about these movies. Yeah, the movie sucks. Oh my god. Like Kevin Hart sucks. But then Will Ferrell's hilarious. He's awesome in Barbie. He's thinking, and then like the other guys with Mark Wahlberg. Oh my gosh, another
The Other
absolutely
Guys is good.
hilarious movie.
I like The Other Guys.
So funny. We watched Talladega Nights and we were all talking and thinking the most cringy, like over the top Southern accents the entire time, and saying, "Sweet baby Jesus,"
Yeah.
iconic. And
Yeah,
then
I agree.
Step Brothers is
It's funny.
is a top tier comedy movie.
It's not my. I don't like.
You don't have
I
to
think Step Brothers is.
I have it as a 5-star comedy movie.
I have it at 4.
Yeah.
I still think it's. Here, the thing with Will Ferrell is, I think he's funny, and a decent amount of the movies he's in, but he's just not my favorite. Like, he's funny in Elf, he's funny in Talladega Nights, he's funny in Step Brothers, but
I just realized how funny these movies were, and then how many other movies he's in that I love.
Like, I don't like. Let's see. I'm just gonna look at this. Will Ferrell. I can't spell his name. It's fine. Anchorman. I don't think they're great. They're funny.
Anchorman.
I like the first Anchorman a lot.
The second one's not very funny at all.
I think Zoolander sucks. I'm sorry.
Zoolander is not a great movie, but it's hilarious.
It's funny. I think Step Brothers is good. I think The Other Guys is my favorite Will Ferrell movie. Talladega Nights is funny. I give that 3 stars. But Wedding Crashers is kind of funny. Semi Pro is hilariously bad, but still funny.
Oh my gosh, but he's so funny.
So like most of the movies I just don't like very much, but like I think it's pretty. Blaze of Glory is funny.
You're proving my point, dude. You're just pulling up more movies that I think are hilarious.
I hate Blades of Glory. Like, it's funny, but like I don't like it. Daddy's Home. Both of those I think suck.
I agree with that one. I think both
Get Hard, Zoolander 2, The Campaign. Don't like. Like, I don't know. There's movies I enjoy, but I don't think he's the upper echelon of comedy actors like you do, which is fine. It doesn't bother me.
I do. I do think that.
I think The Other Guys is like actually great. I love The Other Guys. So
that was my take. Realization, epiphany.
There you go.
I watched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, and I put it down because, I'd heard it was good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't really believe it, but it was very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, it's really. I gave it 3.5. I don't know what you gave it, but
I don't know what I gave it either. Probably somewhere around there.
It's actually really, dude.
It's actually really entertaining. Yeah,
it's really entertaining. It's funny. Like,
it is. It's very funny, actually.
Chris Pine is a delight, and Bradley Cooper cameo had me dying. It's so funny.
So funny.
Oh goodness. So,
I watched The Ides of March.
What is that?
It's a political movie with Ryan Gosling and
George Clooney.
George Clooney directed.
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Paul Giamatti. Dang.
Yeah, very good. It's basically about a Democratic race, like primary, and he is like a media dude for one of the candidates, which is George Clooney, and then there's like a competitor who the dude head of his campaign is Paul Giamatti, and yeah, it's not like crazy. It's really well written, very entertaining for something that not a lot happens. Yeah, I thought it was really good, and I think Ryan Gosling killed it as usual. So
he's so good, dude. He's really the best actor.
Good. I watched Waves. It was very good.
I think you liked it more than me.
I did a little bit more than you. Gave it 4.5. I think you gave it 4.
I still like it. It's so good.
I do. I think that it's not that crazy. I don't know, but it's just like first half. I think that the format's great, where the first half follows the brother and like it's like all chaos, and then the second half is like putting the pieces back together that they destroyed in the first half of the movie through his sister. And I think the acting's incredible.
It's really Sterling K. Brown is like
Yeah, I think they all kill it though. It's kind of crazy. Um, I don't know, like the feeling of like anxiety the whole first half of the movie is like, I think that's like, I think that's well done. You know, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
stressed out the entire first half of the movie, which is like exactly what you're supposed to feel because you're following the character that's like stressed out and anxious
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and then the second half you're like sad and like, but then you're like hopeful, which is like, I don't know. I think that the two halves of the movie being polar opposites and perfectly reflecting the character that you follow, is great.
Yeah.
I think it's got some awesome themes and quotes. Yeah, I liked. I mean, I liked all the actors, actresses. Um, music
Yeah.
soundtrack's great.
Music is doing solid.
Yeah, which I heard a lot of people complain about. They were like, "Did I like enjoy this moment, or did I like it because they were playing an awesome song?" But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I didn't feel that way. I just loved the music. I still thought the substance of the movie was still great.
Yeah.
My only major complaint is that I wish they wouldn't have mic'd up Bro's shoulder. I don't know if you remember that, but oh my gosh,
Not
it
really.
was just cracking in my ear for like a solid 15 minutes when he's like about like when he gets the diagnosis or whatever, and then he keeps going back or whatever,
Yeah.
and then he goes to the wrestling match, bro. They got the mic like inside his shoulder.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's so uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
was just sitting there like tensed up, like
Yeah.
yeah.
That's funny.
And then
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't like the third act, to be honest. Like, I didn't like they switched and they were like you said they were picking up the pieces and all that. I liked the route they were going. Felt like a tonal change. I don't know.
it was a tonal change, but I just think that I think that it worked pretty well for me.
It worked for you. It didn't work as well for me. I don't know why. I should give it another chance. I think. But
A lot of people share that opinion though.
yeah, it's true.
So I think it's just honestly preference because a lot of people, the people that dislike it say they tried to do something interesting and cool and it just missed. But
Yeah,
me, I think they did something interesting and cool, and I think that it did pretty well.
and it hit for you. Yeah, there you go.
Um, yeah. And then my last one, I watched The Green Knight.
I'm curious what you think of this. I haven't seen it yet either. Dev Patel.
Yeah, he's killer.
Is it bad? Do you not like it?
No, I do. I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
I give it
Okay.
4.5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's got some
Definitely.
interesting things and a little bit of like lulls, but honestly, the overall concept of it, I think is fantastic. It's like kind of like a psychological thriller kind of deal.
Some people love it. Some people hate it.
Yeah, I can see why people hate it, but I don't know. I think the majority of people will probably like it. And
A24.
yeah, the visuals are insane, awesome,
That's what I've
fantastic.
heard that.
The
Heard
story's
that.
super interesting to me.
Really?
Yeah, even though it's really kind of bare bones. And then a lot of it, you're like kind of like confused what's happening, but not in
Hmm.
a way like where you're kind of like checked out of it. You're kind of just like don't know what's gonna happen,
Interesting.
which is pretty interesting.
I find it interesting that the director who made A Ghost Story and this also made Peter Pan and Wendy.
Yeah,
How? I mean, I haven't seen this yet, but like, I movies with so much life in them, plus one of the most lifeless movies I've ever seen.
yeah, that's what happens when Disney's at the helm.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Uh, nice, very cool. Um, so I watched Madam Web. Did you read what I said? Oh,
no,
this is it
I
might
don't
be
think.
one of my favorite reviews I've ever written. I gave this a half a star, by the way. Um, half star.
I've heard
Okay.
it's got like a 1.5 on Letterbox.
Yeah.
About as
Uh,
tank as you can tank.
a heaping pile of dog poop, a colossal dumpster fire, literal trash, superhero slop. It's so bad. This is the worst superhero film ever made. It makes Morbius looks like a best picture winner. I cannot imagine that there's a movie worse in 2024. A complete waste of time. I have Regal Unlimited, and every time I book a ticket online, it costs me a 50-cent service fee. Madam Web is not even worth that. I should have been paid to watch this. They should have used Madam Web's powers to see into the future of how horrible this would be and never make it. It was horrific, like offensively bad. I can't. 2 hours of my life just down the drain. I burned money. Like, oh my goodness. It was. There was the villain is like the worst villain in the history of superhero movies. They voiced over his, like, almost every line he speaks, his mouth isn't moving. Almost every line. Like, the lines are cringy. The girls in the suits happens for maybe 5 seconds in like future, not flashbacks, whatever future version of that is called. Flash forwards, whatever. They wear the suit very rarely. Oh my goodness. It was so unbelievably bad. The villain got killed at the end because a Pepsi logo hit him.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my gosh. There's a line in it where what's his face? I forget his name. He's like fine actor. Adam Scott, his name? Yeah, Adam Scott. He's Ben Parker, Uncle Ben. And there's Emma Roberts plays Peter Parker's mom. They never say Peter Parker. They say, "When are you gonna name the baby? When are you gonna name the baby?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know yet." Oh my goodness, shoot me. But Dakota Johnson goes, "Yeah, Ben gets to be the uncle. All fun, no responsibility." It was atrocious. It's the worst. It's the worst superhero movie I've ever seen. Without a doubt. Like, it is so unbelievably awful. I'd rather watch Fan Four Stick. I'd rather watch Catwoman. I'd rather watch Morbius. Like, all of them. I'd rather watch. It's offensively. It's horrible. Horrible. 1.6 on Letterboxd. Like, some people that I follow give this
on too, though.
It's bad.
Because it was 1.7, like, I think yesterday, a few days ago.
It's really bad. Like, I cannot believe it. There's someone I know that's been on our podcast that enjoyed it. I'm not trying to throw. It's not Brian. Brian hated it, but
I know
that. Tanner, shout out Tanner. I love Tanner,
yeah,
but
unless you wanted to out him.
It's fine. Like, it's not a big deal. Me and him were texting about it last night because I sent him my review. I was like, "What do you think?" He's like, "I didn't think it was that bad." He really loves the Madam Web character, apparently. But it was mean. And he was like, "I hope that they do more with her." And I was like, "They won't, dude. This is like some of the worst reception to a movie in a while." Yeah, horrendous. Just
It's Madam time.
It's Madam time. It's bad. It's really, really bad. I watched The Big Lebowski. It sucked. I agree. It's pretty bad. I just didn't like it at all. Like, it's so uninteresting. The story, nothing happens. It's stupid.
The cycle and nothing happens.
You tell me the whole plot is just because he wants his freaking rug back? Like, shut up, man. This is so boring.
That's just your opinion, man.
Bro, it sucked. I just, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Like, it's not funny. Like, it's not funny at all. Like, people give this movie 5 stars. Shut up. I get, like, all opinions are valid, but like, I just didn't like it. I rewatched Batman vs Superman. Actually, I watched the Ultimate Edition. It kind of bangs, man. I don't know. Like, it's not great. There's some glaring issues. Like, Lex Luthor sucks.
I haven't rewatched it in forever.
It kind of bangs. Like, Ben Affleck's such a fire Batman. Like, just one of the best. Like, he's up there with Robert Pattinson for me. Like, I don't think Christian Bale's a very good Batman, even though his movies are great. But I mean, Ben Affleck kills it. Obviously, Wonder Woman's insane. Henry Cavill's good. He's a little too dark and brooding for what Superman is. Like, I agree with people's opinion of that. It's just fire. It's just so much fun. It's like 3 hours of freaking superhero sick. Like, I like it. I watched Ad Astra. I think you'll like it a lot. I liked it a lot, but it didn't, like, not quite as much as I think I could have. But nonetheless, I think it was brilliant. super sick sci-fi, like VFX insane, like, and it's got a really heartfelt story and themes. Loved it. All Dirt Road's Taste of Salt was just beautiful, man. Like, it's this poet, it's her directorial debut. She's a poet by profession, and you can like tell it's like that smooth and poetic, and but it's basically it's like a non-linear storytelling narrative of like following this woman as her child, as like fishing with her parents, and as an adult, and like single pregnancy, all these things. But there's all these close-up shots of hands and like touching and hugging, and like people I've heard I listened to a podcast, they talked about um like the role of touch in the Christian life and how God touches things like that. So just really like just beautiful movie. I watched Almost Famous, coming of age movie, Kate Hudson and then Joel something. Awesome, again, just great. One of the best coming of age movies. Really redemptive, really, really good. It's about growing up. It's about disobeying your parents, and like obviously it's not good, but it's about that. It was beautiful. It was funny. It was heartfelt. I liked it. I think you'll like it a lot too. There's a really good character arc in the movie that I really like, because it's like basically he's a young journalist, 15 years old journalist that travels with this upcoming band. And then Kate Hudson is like a groupie, but not like the groupie that you just sleep with or whatever. But she like is like this super fan that follows the band and hangs out with them. And it was awesome. I really loved it. And then another round. I watched another round. Mads Mikkelsen. Insanely good. Like just brilliant.
Yeah.
It's about alcoholism. It's about the falsehood of alcoholism, and like when you think you're over it. It's about mental health. Like it's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of blown away by it. So I highly recommend that. It's in Dutch or not English. I don't know what language it's in. It's on Hulu though. And the ending, everyone, you've probably seen the ending, like the video of him dancing.
Probably, yeah.
People are like, "Oh, this is like one of the best dance scenes in all of movies. It's so happy." It's like so heartbreaking. Like the context, and like he's like falsely optimistic about him being an alcoholic at this point, and it's like heartbreaking, man. I think it was crazy. So loved it. But those are the good things I watched. I guess, and bad. Man of Web is a heaping pile of poop. As I said before. But there was what wasn't a heaping pile of poop.
No, not at all. The Bear.
The Bear. Season 1 and 2.
Season 1 and 2.
Did you watch it in Utah?
Yeah, I started it in the airport. And I finished it like Wednesday. Watched it in like 6 days.
Yeah.
Or less.
Jenna watched it in like, about 6 days.
Despite having no time, I could have probably finished it in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. So, I mean, how do you want to go about it? Do you want to go by season to start?
Yeah, I guess by season, because they're kind of like split.
Yeah. Were you immediately hooked with like the first couple episodes?
Oh, immediately. First episode, I was like, just because it's so, you didn't even have to get connected. They didn't even have to hook you with characters. Like, you didn't have to give it any time. You turn it on, and you were just captivated.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is just so interesting to watch that you just watch the entire episode, and then you watch the next episode because it's just as interesting and captivating the entire time. And then all of a sudden you're just watching. You're like on episode 6, and you're like, I love these characters and like all this.
It's so. I mean, I told you this. I think it's like some of the best editing I've ever seen in any piece of media.
Yeah.
like insane. Like I get it has to be fast paced because it's a restaurant, but it's so good. You know what I mean, I'm just
so
like,
good.
just
And you're just like looking at all this stuff's happening.
You're just so in the whole time. Season 1 obviously is very good. I think season 2 is what we should be talking about the most. Season 2 is like one of the best seasons of TV ever.
Yeah.
But season 1's definitely very good. I mean, without season 1, we don't get season 2.
Season 1's got a teaser episode for one of the best, if not possibly, in the argument for best episode, in my opinion, of TV ever.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Which episode are you talking about in season 1? I don't remember it exactly.
It's like 20 minutes long. They're like in the kitchen, and it's like the same concept, where it's just like never stops for 20 minutes straight.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, season 2.
Yeah. So season 1, great. The ending of season 1 is incredible. With the tomato sauce.
Yeah. And we won't give any spoilers.
Yeah.
We'll try not to, at least. But
we're gonna have to for season 2, I'm not gonna lie. You
but
have to.
Warning, I guess. We don't want to spoil it though, because I mean this is like the first time we talked about it on the podcast, so it's like
that's true.
Clearly it was new to us, so people, just in case.
Yeah, the ending of season 1 sets up season 2 immensely, obviously. But so season 2, they're starting doing their new thing, obviously. And it's really good. What I like the first episode that like really sticks out. I mean, there's all of them are good, but Honeydew, when they send Marcus to Copenhagen with Will Poulter's character,
so good,
amazing, man.
The dialogue, like, crazy good. It slows down. It's crazy. Like,
yeah, it's just them talking,
and so then it just slows down. He's like away from the restaurant, and it just slows down. It's the whole thing is so well crafted. It's crazy.
And the I have goosebumps thinking about this, but when they're talking about, like, he's Will Poulter's character is talking about like where he learned. He's like, I was like the best, and then I went to this place and I started the same day as this other guy, and I just knew I wasn't the best. And you're thinking, is that Carmi? And then later in another episode, you see the picture of them, and it's clearly Carmi was the one that was better than him. The foreshadowing, crazy. But Marcus is obviously such a good character. That it's just, brilliant.
Yeah.
And then, are you talking to the best episode ever? Are you talking about fishes? So personally, I like episode 7. I think more, but I think episode 6 is a better episode. I love episode 7 Forks. It's so good. But yeah, fishes. Let's insane.
It's an hour of anxiety and stress.
It's crazy, man.
It's so crazy. I could not take my eyes off it first.
I didn't know it was an hour.
Literally, I was just staring. It's
just locked in, man.
What's gonna happen? Oh my gosh! Don't do that! Stop it! Stop it! Shut up! Stop.
Literally, it's
crazy.
so crazy.
It's the type of episode where you're sitting and you're watching it like this. You're like up against the screen. You're like this, and you're staring, and then you're like talking at the screen. You're like yelling at all of them.
It's one of the ones where you're like this, and then you're like this, and then you're like this. You're just back and forth. Oh man.
Oh, it's so good.
And you're talking about like A-listers, man.
Oh my gosh, they brought in the W actresses.
Because Jamie Lee Curtis is the mom. John Bernthal is the brother who's dead. That's common knowledge.
It's the plot of the show, so even if it's not common knowledge, you find that out in the first episode.
His brother, Jeremy Allen White, Carmi's brother, kills himself and leaves the restaurant to Carmi. But then you have like their uncle, who's not their uncle, played by Bob Odenkirk. Insanely good. The conversation with him and John Bernthal, dude. What are you?
Yeah, and
my brother in Christ. What are you doing?
And the fork.
The fork, dude.
Run on the fork at me. Hey, can I borrow your fork? And he's like,
yeah.
He's like, no, I need it. Don't take my fork.
Come on. Please don't.
Please don't take my fork.
I mean, it was funny, but when Sugar's, I think boyfriend at the time, now they're married, comes in with the fish, the tuna fish casserole. Oh my
It's so
gosh,
perfect for his character.
it's
Tuna
so good.
casserole. It's like, what the F are you? What the F stop? What the F stop? What the F are you carrying right now?
Yeah, and she throws it. It's
He just
so
throws it
funny.
out.
Oh gosh, it's too good, man. Oh, I
Oh my
love it.
goodness. Oh, it's so amazing.
But I mean, you get a glimpse of to what shapes Carmi, and why he's the way he is. Clearly,
Oh, it was so beautiful. I don't remember when it was, but his monologue talking about, I think it was
that's in season 1.
end of season when he's at the meeting, his monologue
It's
about
like an 8-minute monologue.
his brother. Yeah, that was the only episode Maddie watched because she came out and I turned it on and I was like, she's like, "Oh, did you watch it?" I was like, I'm watching The Bear." And I think I'm gonna make her watch it just because I think
She
everyone will
like it.
like it.
It's good. It's
But
really freaking good.
um, but she was like, "Wow, this is depressing," or whatever. I'm like, well, you don't like, you haven't
You
watched
don't know the character.
barely ever like this, and also like now you know the characters, so this is like really like meaningful. Like it's like
Yeah,
this is really good. And
it's
but yeah, his whole
such a good
monologue
monologue.
about like he's like, oh, it was what me and my brother shared, and he's like what made us close, and so I was doing it, and then I just got good, and then I just kept doing it, and all I wanted was for him to say he was proud of me, and then he killed himself. And so
Yeah, insane, dude.
intense, which made the ending of season 1 really really good too, because then he found the thing and it was like let it rip.
Let it rip. Like he it was him saying he's proud of him, and he's like he trusts him to do this thing. And he obviously left all the funds. But and the foreshadowing in season, this is season 1, but the foreshadowing when it was like I'm taking the spaghetti off the menu, and so he just leaves the spaghetti sauce just sitting.
Yeah,
That's such
if he just
that's such
wouldn't,
good
if he
writing.
just wouldn't have taken it off, he would
It's
have had it
such
anyway. Yeah,
such good writing, dude. Fish. Our next episode, obviously, Fishes is. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. Clearly, it's an hour episode that feels like it's 10 minutes of the most anxiety you've ever felt in your life. But then the episode, Forks is the episode after. It's all about Richie, about cousin.
my personal favorite episode.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, it just revives and
the character.
it
He's
just
already great. I already liked him.
Yeah, but it like brings him. Well, you just start liking him. He's kind of like a side background character in season 1, and he's like kind of annoying.
He's definitely annoying.
But you're like, whatever. He's still like a good character.
Mm-hmm.
But then he like starts getting better, whatever, and then you can start kind of liking him, and then that episode brings him. He's like the best character.
Yeah, he's truly incredible. Like, I still think I like Carmi's character best because he's the main character, and he's done really well.
I think Rishi's got the most depth though, which is crazy.
He does. He's got a lot of depth because he's not family. He's like this outsider. He's divorced. He's got a kid. His best friend killed himself. But it's the episode is just so because he thinks the whole time that Carmi's sending him there because he thinks he's just this like get rid of him, you're a nuisance, like screw you,
him, all that stuff.
When obviously he's teaching him to do something else important, but he's like the ending conversation with Olivia Colman, which is also just so good. Which she like turns around, she's like, he's really proud of you, or he loves you, or something, whatever, and he like realizes after he already called Carmi and said like, I know why you did this, like you were trying to get rid of me, and then he realizes like, hey,
yeah,
this is because you love me that you're doing this. It's just awesome, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. After the whole, and it fits so well with the whole conversation, the purpose conversation,
and
all that. But then his just like during the episode, his like when it like clicks, and he's like the deep dish pizza. He goes and gets it. He brings it back.
So good.
Can I serve them?
Yeah, and he's good at it.
I was like, yes.
And then when he does, yeah,
I'm doing it, and he's like, He's like, oh my gosh, this is awesome.
He like gets it. Yeah, it's like awesome. It's so cool. And
then
like
the whole, why hospitals and restaurants use the same word for service, hospitality or whatever.
Yeah,
Great
it's
quote.
awesome.
Also.
Super good. I yeah, I love it. There's no Michelin star restaurant near us. There's one in Seattle, I think. But I mean, definitely cool to see. And the sporadic every second counts throughout every place that like where in Copenhagen and Olivia Colman's restaurant and obviously
where all these people are connected to this.
It's every second
counts.
Because it's Olivia Colman. It's like, what did your dad say? And then he sees the thing. Oh, dude, it's so good.
Yep.
Gosh, so brilliant. And then we get the. I mean, the next episodes are great too, but the final two episodes, particularly the final episode, called "The Bear," is an all-timer as well.
That's got my favorite moment,
which is
when Richie gives him the chocolate-covered banana.
That is good, man.
Actually brought me to tears.
It's good because he cares.
It's like the passion. He's like, we got it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, I don't need anything. He's like, trust me. And it's just awesome. But that whole thing is great with him just checking on everyone and like bringing out. He's like, we got drinks on the way. He's like, oh, I don't drink. He's like, we know, sir.
We have soda. The moment between Richie and Carmy is also incredible because they're like yelling and cussing each other, and then I didn't catch the first time. I didn't notice it. I don't know how I didn't notice it because it's pretty obvious. But Carmy's yelling at him, and he's like, "I love you, I love you, I love you."
He's yelling, and he starts, and he goes, "I love you, I love you," and Carmy's just still cussing back at him. He's just like, "I love you," and then he seamlessly switches back. They don't make a point out of it, which I think is awesome. The show. They don't even focus on it. Like they don't even like have him stop and like say I love you.
Yeah.
He says it like 3 times and then he just goes back to cussing him out.
Yeah. It's brilliant. It's crazy. Brilliant. And I told you about
his mom.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, so sad.
Breaking.
Oh, it's I don't remember his name. What the heck is the dude's name? Pete.
Paul.
He's so good in that episode. Like just with his mom, he's like, no, come on, like I promise, like they want
you in here. Like they want.
And then when he goes inside, he's just sugared. He's just crying. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. Oh, it makes me feel so many things. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. And then the freaking when Carmy thinks he sees his old chef in the corner. Oh my gosh, I could not believe it. Jenna's like, oh my gosh, is that? I was like, and I had to go. I went along with it because I'd seen it before. I was like, yeah. It's like, how? I was like, friends and family. I don't know. And then you look, and it's not him.
It is, yeah.
Insane. Also, Claire, great. She's really good in the show.
She is great.
Carmy obviously screws the pooch there, but
sets up such a good moment when he like he's in the freezer, and then he finally calms down, and stops, then he opens his phone, reads, and listens to the voicemail, where she's like, "I love you."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Dang."
Yeah,
I would have just calmed down. I would have just chilled out.
It's some insanely good character development through so many characters.
I know.
But also, I told you this before, and so you probably picked up on it. But how the whole episode starts in one shot, and then everything goes to crap, and then it starts cutting back and forth again. Awesome, so good. Like that's just
so awesome.
You're on another level of storytelling, and I mean filmmaking, TV show making, whatever. When you're doing things like that, like it's just incredible.
Agreed.
Character wise, obviously you love Richie. I love Richie. Carmen, obviously, but what do you think of the other characters? Who are you liking?
Yeah, I mean, I love obviously, Pete makes his redemption.
Pete's good.
In the last episode, he's not really the craziest, but I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Vac, I think, is hilarious.
Vac is so funny, man. He's great comedic relief. You know, he's a chef in real life.
Did not know that.
He is Matty Matheson. He is a Canadian chef.
Wow.
So / actor, producer, executive chef of Parts and Labor, which
I've heard of that.
So
that's pretty cool. He's got 1.5 mil followers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I love, obviously, Sydney's great. We haven't talked a lot about her. She's so good. She's
consistently really good. But Tina,
obviously, Tina's great. Marcus is great.
Her character arc, and yeah, I'd say the big three is definitely Richie, Carmen, and Marcus.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a pretty incredible show. Like 10 out of 10 season 2, 9.5 season 1. Like, I truly love everything about it.
Agreed.
And we get season 3 in June, baby.
I know.
They're filming right now. Like, oh gosh, it's gonna be so exciting. I love it. If you haven't seen The Bear, highly recommend. It's definitely an adult show in terms of it swears a lot, but everything else is fairly appropriate besides the amount of cuss words used in Chicago.
So funny too. We went to Wood Ash Rye or whatever. They have it's like a scratch kitchen or whatever, but then it's like open. Yeah. Like the kitchen's like completely open or whatever, like in the room with you. And I'm like, this is so unrealistic. I was like, this is way too quiet. I haven't even heard a single F-bomb.
That's so funny. Apparently, people that work in the service industry, they get a little like mini PTSD from the show because it's like no one I know has ever worked at a Michelin star restaurant, but like it's still intense.
Yeah, so, agreed. That's probably pretty crazy.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely. I love the show. It's great.
Yeah.
Glad you finally watched it. Now I gotta watch like The Last of Us or something like that.
Nah, you do need to watch The Last of Us. Yeah, it's just like such a low commitment.
I know, it's like 8 episodes.
So quick, and it's so good.
Yeah.
You need to watch it.
I do need to watch it. But
yeah.
Maybe next week, Office episode.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So Brighton will be back. We're gonna grill him about him thinking he can beat NBA players. And then we're gonna talk all about The Office. So very, very cool.
Sweet. Well, yeah, good episode.
Yes, great.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week. Life's tough. Get a helmet.